Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Do you ever wonder if she's trying to tell you she likes you but isn't really? You've come to the right place because today we're going to talk about 8 subtle signs that she wants you badly but is keeping it a secret. These include long hand grazes and accidental nudges. Don't miss these signs, trust me. If you want to know exactly what to look for, watch this video and then hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more flirty tips like this one. Now let's start with the light arm. Touch your mid-sea conversation, sharing a laugh or swapping interesting stories. First touch, the fun. Tap. All of a sudden, her hand brushes against your arm for a second. She might be laughing at the long touch as a joke, lightly tapping your bicep in delight, or using a brush of her fingers to make a point. It's quiet. The light arm touch is one of her ways of trying the waters. It looks like nothing, but trust me, it's planned. Why does this brief touch matter when the arm is a safe, non-threatening zone? When she touches your arm, it means she's comfortable, interested, and maybe trying to let you know that her interest in you goes beyond casual chatter. She might not say it directly, but her body language does all the talking. She's testing your response by seeing if you lean in, laugh, make an equally flirty move in return, or worse, pull away. How you react can affect what happens next. If you welcome her touch with a smile, a playful comment, or even a light touch back, she knows you're in the game. A positive rest response encourages her to take things further, and the level of connection between you two goes up. If you pull away or ignore it, she knows you're not interested. The lingering hand could take the slight rejection as disinterest and back off. The light arm touches are sweet but full of potential. She's testing the waters to see if you're open to something more. Pay attention, read the moment, and if the spark is mutual, don't be afraid to follow her lead. 2. The playful push. This isn't just a random shove, it's a classic move in the game of attraction. Imagine that you're in the middle of a fun, teasing conversation with her, maybe telling her off for being too competitive at trivia night. All of a sudden, she reaches over and gives you a light push on the arm or shoulder while laughing and making eye contact. Don't if this takes place. It's not a mistake. Feel free to flirt. Bill. The push for fun is her way of seeing how things go. This move tells you, I feel good enough to touch you, but I'm going to keep it casual so you won't catch me. By breaking the touch barrier in this playful way, she can see how you react. Do you smirk, push her back, flirtatiously grab her hand? If you pass this invisible litmus test, you might be on the fast track to something more. But why does she do it? Because this small gesture adds just the right amount of spark to make things interesting. It's full of attraction, fixing your hair and clothes. Touch number 3. The arm brush curiosity and a little hint of shyness. After all, not all women are going to come right out and say, hey, I like you. But this small physical connection speaks volumes. The key is how she follows up. The push is almost always accompanied by laughter, a smile, or a cheek comment. These are signals that she's having fun and enjoying the vibes between you two. Now your job respond and kind. Give her a playful nudge back or lean in to deepen the conversation. Remember, flirting is all about a little give and take. So match her energy and humor while subtly showing her you're just as interested, and trust me if she's giving you that playful push. She wants to keep the chemistry sizzling through the knee touch. The knee touch, subtle yet oh so powerful. You're sitting next to her, maybe engrossed in a conversation or laughing at some silly joke, when suddenly her hand grazes your knee. It could be just for a second, fleeting enough to seem casual, but make no mistake, this is not accidental. A move like this screams one thing loud and clear without saying a word. She's testing the waters for something more. The knee touch might feel like a light, almost innocent gesture, but don't underestimate its impact. It's a deliberate move that takes the conversation from friend-friendly territory into something much more touching your hand, subtly thrilling. Why? Because the knee is just neutral enough to not seem overly forward, but close enough to spark a connection of unmistakable touch. Number 4. The leg touch, or even better, accept her advance with open arms, or in this case, open knees. If she does it so well, it's probably because she wants to make a scene. By doing this, she's testing the connection between you two without putting herself out there completely. She's just dipping her toes in to see if you're ready to meet her in this flirty little game. If you like where this is going, show her a smile. You could flirt back or even put your hand on hers softly for a moment. These affirmations let her know that you're interested in exploring the spark she's lighting. Remember that touching her knee isn't just a random act, it's a green light. A little push to say, get closer, don't miss out. Lean into the moment, literally or figuratively, and see where this exciting interaction takes you. Or do the classic hair flip with a brush to add a touch of mystery and excitement. It comes with a light brush against your arm or shoulder. This is her deliberate way of putting her hand on you, planned and definitely flirty. She's giving signals that are louder than a party on a Friday night, but not so loud that you don't know if something is real or if you're just imagining it. Notice of spoilers, it's definitely going to happen. This move is most often made during casual conversations or times of eye contact. Imagine you're in the middle of a sentence about your recent weekend trip when all of a sudden she flips her hair around like she's from a romance novel and lightly touches your shoulder. That touch isn't random. It's meant to draw your attention to her. Why does she do it so well? Just the hair flip, touch number 5. The hair twirl and touch is a sign of attraction in body language. It draws attention to her face, hair, and magnetic presence. But when she adds that feather will touch on you, the meaning deepens. She's testing the waters to see if you're tuned in and open to her. Charming progress. Getting back to this moment seals the deal. Give her a playful smile and a quick comment on her hair or how she's taking over the room. This lets her know that you've noticed and are up for a flirty conversation. Leaning into the moment without overthinking it, something as simple as, was that little touch supposed to get my attention? Because it definitely did. Combined with a warm smile lets her know you're noticing every move she makes. When she flips her hair and lightly touches your arm, don't underestimate it. It's a neon sign that you're looking for reasons to be close to her, so don't miss your chance to match her playful energy. 5. The accidental bump. You've probably had this one before. It's one of those subtle but oh-ho-inducing times that makes you wonder. Accidental bumps aren't always as accidental as they seem. For example, imagine you're walking side by side with someone, talking or just enjoying the moment, when all of a sudden your shoulders or arms touch. She might lightly brush against you or move into your space a little too close in a crowded place. It seems harmless at first, but spoiler alert, it's not. This little move is her sneaky way of seeing how you'll respond to her being in your bubble. It's not a full-on bear hug or anything intense, but it doesn't have to be that short either. The so-called accidental can be electrifying because of the touch number 6, the face. When she bumps into you and doesn't move away right away, or even better, if she flashes you a cheeky smile afterward, that's a clear sign that she's interested in you. Why does she do this? Because it's low risk and playful, she gets to feel that tiny spark of contact while leaving you wondering if it was an accident or something more intentional. It's her way of playing with you without saying a word and checking to see if you like her too. It's like dipping her toe in the pool before jumping in full force, so don't think that accidental brush off is a mistake. It's a planned move. Covered arm or back touches as something casual. What's the best way to respond? Keep it light and flirty, just like her move. If the chance comes up, gently and playfully bump her back, adding a fun touch. Hey, keep an eye on where your smile is going. If she stays after the bump, use that time to make eye contact or give her a compliment. Confidence without going overboard is key here. She likes the accidental bump to break the ice, so meet her halfway and see where that spark takes you. You never know, that little push could be the start of a deeper connection. 6, the back touch. There is something extremely private about the back touch. It's simple, but it says a lot without saying a word. When a woman puts her hand on your back, it's not a coincidence. It's a deliberate act of connection. This isn't touch number 7, the shoulder hold. A friendly pat or casual brush on the back shows that she is interested and confident in you. Imagine that she is leading you through a crowded room with her hand on your back. This touch is full of intention, whether she's standing close and leading you through a doorway or just resting her hand there while you talk. It's her soft, unspoken way of telling you that she's paying attention to you. Her hand lingering on your back makes a connection. If she puts her hand on your back, it means she feels safe and connected with you. She may even want you to notice how good it feels to be near you, just as she feels our presence. Why does she do it? Because this touch is both protective and intimate, showing that she wants to take care of you in her own way. There's also an element of trust, as she's willing to break the invisible barrier of personal space to reach out to you. It's her way of saying, I feel good around you and I want you to know it. This is more than just a fleeting gesture. It's a way for her to share her feelings. How should you respond? The key is to be aware of what she's doing. If she puts her hand on your back, smile, make eye contact, or even return the touch. In a natural, nonchalant way, lean in and slide your hand up to briefly touch hers, or place your hand lightly on her back in response. It's all about matching her energy while keeping things flirty and respectful. The back touch is her way of saying she's drawn to you. Don't brush it off as nothing. See it for what it is. Her way of getting closer to you emotionally and physically. If you read the moment right, it could lead to something even more electrifying. The shoulder lean, the infamous shoulder lean, such a subtle move, yet packed with powerful meaning. Picture this, you're sitting next to her on the couch, sharing a laugh or perhaps walking side by side when she suddenly lets her head rest gently on your shoulder. It may last for just a few seconds, but trust me, there's nothing accidental about it. This is not just a casual move. It's her way of saying, hey, I feel safe with you, without actually uttering a single word. And what's sexier than someone trusting you with that kind of vulnerability? The shoulder lean usually happens in moments of cloth, when the two of you are raw relaxed, engaged in a meaningful conversation, or even just sitting in comfortable silence soaking in each other's presence. It's subtle, yes, but its meaning is deeply intimate. This touch speaks louder than kissing or hand-holding. Sometimes it hints at her desire to connect with you on a deeper emotional level. For her, leaning into your shoulder is a COI little escape, a silent signal that she craves closeness. And not just physically. Why does she do it? Simple. She's letting her guard down. It takes a lot to open up emotionally, and by making this affectionate gesture, she's showing you just how much trust and warmth she feels toward you. It's not just about balance or comfort. It's about saying, I'm comfortable enough with you to lean on you in more ways than one. The way you respond. Oh, this is where you shine. Don't think too much about it. Just enjoy the moment. Shift your position slightly to make room for her, or even, if it feels good, rest your head lightly against hers. Show her that you're just as comfortable with being close to her, and she'll feel even more drawn to you. After all, the shoulder lean isn't just flirting, it's an unspoken invitation to something much deeper. Now that you have her attention, it's time for your mood move, the leg brush. This move should be in the Hall of Fame of flirtatious behavior. Picture this. You're sat close to her, maybe at a table for two or in a booth with friends. Then it happens. At first, you might think it's just a chance when her leg lightly touches yours. And it might be. But when it happens again and again, you know it's not a mistake. She's planning to dip her toes. Han planned to go into the waters of physical closeness. The leg brush is a form of nonverbal communication with a healthy dose of cheekiness. She enjoys touching you without making it too direct or obvious for her. It's about bridging the physical gap between you two while watching how you react. If you tense up or move away, she'll probably take that as a sign to slow down. But if you relax or even lean into the situation, you're giving her permission to keep building the chemistry. Why does she do it so well? It could mean she's feeling bold, and while leg brushes are her way of flirting while keeping things light and fun. They're close enough to get your attention without being too forward, so you don't have to worry about being too much too soon. Trust us, if she's doing it on purpose, she's inviting you into her little world of flirty fun. The key to responding is just as subtle as her move. Don't overreact or draw attention to it. Instead, think about how you feel about it. If you're still interested, keep the contact and maybe gently press your leg back against hers. She'll notice and love the gesture, Whatever you do, remember to stay confident. This isn't about making a big deal out of it, it's about sharing an unspoken feeling. Tension that is fun and says more than words can sometimes start with the smallest touch, or in this case, the soft brush of a leg inclusion. Understanding these subtle cues can deepen your connection. Whether it's the light touch on your back, the cozy lean on your shoulder, or the playful brush of her leg, every gesture has a hidden meaning. The key to understanding these signs is to stay present, ATT tuned, and confident in your interactions. Remember, it's not just about noticing the touch, it's about reading the intent behind it and responding in a way that makes sense. Thank you for watching.